Hello and welcome to Season 5 of Storm Division. I am the Crushinator and I am excited to get back into casting Storm Division proper. It was an excellent round of qualifiers and now I get to be here for week number 1. If you're having a fantastic evening, we're going to have Caffeinated Knights taking on Team Draft Gap here in our week 1 matchup. Exciting stuff. Excited to be here. Hopefully you're excited to be here as well. We're going to get through some bookkeeping stuff. Number 1. This is a crowd-funded tournament. If you've got some extra cash lying around and you want to throw it at some of the best and brightest that the amateur Heroes of the Storm scene has to offer, exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, or go on over to matcherino.com/tournaments/75322 if you want to contribute to the prize pool. And new this season, we have some prize pool incentives. For a minimum donation of $5, you can be entered to win, oh gosh, what was it? A coffee mug of your choice from the NGS store. For a minimum $10 donation, you can get entered to win a gaming mouse pad. And for $15, you get your choice of NGS t-shirt. We've got a whole selection over there at our new storefront over on Etsy. So make sure you check that out. And if you want to donate to the prize pool, that would be fantastic. Teams are in the lobby. They're getting ready to go, getting situated. Let's get on over to the map screen for just a moment. Let them know that I'm ready once they are. Take a look at the map bans to start off this series. Caffeinated Knights banning away Volskaya Foundry and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team Draft Gap banning out Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity. And we're going to start things off on Towers of Doom, as chosen by Caffeinated Knights. Looks like we're about to get started, but before we do, one more bit of advertising for you. NGS is hosting the Heroes International North American qualifiers. Those are coming up soon. That's in 2 weeks. If you want to learn more, if you want to enter your team, this is open signups. Head on over to heroesinternational.net for all of the information. We've got a huge prize pool. We've got guaranteed travel and lodging for our participants, or for, not for our participants, but for our winners of each of the qualifiers. All the information is over on that website, so head on over there and check it out. 2 weeks until our first qualifier. Very, very exciting stuff. And with that, the draft is ready. Let's jump on in. All right. First game of the night here. Starting off on Towers of Doom. Will be Team Draft Gap first to act. Team Draft Gap winning their way through the qualifiers. I believe winning qualifier number 2 to get into Storm Division with some very interesting drafts. A lot of Arthas particularly played, one hero that we don't get to see an awful lot of. So I'm interested to see if they want to bust out anything interesting here on Towers of Doom or if they're going to go fairly standard. Home team Caffeinated Knights getting in via points, performing very well through the qualifiers, did not get a qualifier win, but went far enough in each round to qualify via points. Real NGS homegrown story. Caffeinated Knights have been together for a long time here, going up through the divisions. One off of winning the Heroic Division last season. Fell to 30k Violet in the finals, but have earned their way into Storm Division here for Season 5. Going to start things off with some offlaner bans. Tahaka and Urel have been removed. Not just, those are a couple of offlaners that tend to take priority here on Towers of Doom. You think of the strongest offlaners, you're thinking Blaze, you're thinking Hogger, and both can definitely make an appearance here. However, Urel and Tahaka both have some particular power in their ability to double rotate while being very resistant to ganks as well. So not terribly surprising to see the focus there. Medivh, a ban here from Team Draft Gap, not wanting to get that picked against them here. That is something that a lot of these teams here, the upper echelons, can threaten with, is a Medivh draft. It's something that you don't tend to see a lot of in the lower divisions of NGS. Really, anything below Heroic or Storm, there's not a lot of Medivh players, but once you get one of those in your team, that can really propel you draft-wise. Stukov going to be coming out first from Hushera. Hushera is subbing in for Team Draft Gap today. As we saw that Deckard ban from Caffeinated Knights, and we're going to see Sylvanas and Blaze picked up here by Grey Color and Arc. A couple of very strong picks here. That Blaze coming on through. We'll see if it is going to be a Hogger here from the side of Team Draft Gap, or if they want to go with something like a Leoric, something like a Malthael. It's going to be that Leoric. Leoric Blaze, a pretty classic matchup here. And Hashmer's going to show us some Vala, an interesting pickup. We don't tend to see a lot of Vala outside of double support these days. And Caffeinated Knights feels that. They don't want to see Uther Stukov coming down across from them. So they might have to watch out for something like a Zarya here from Team Draft Gap. Hope you're doing well, chat. Abe542, Mythos is here, Prostman Pat, Mockstash, Scoobs. My pleasure, my pleasure. Urel is very strong at 20, getting that, I believe it's 10-second unstoppable on that self-cast. Excuse me. Tassadar, banned out by Team Draft Gap. Very wave clear centric mage. Of course, putting up that wall can definitely slow down some of your more aggressive Vala play. Lovedark gonna lock in the Anduin here for Caffeinated Knights. Powerful cleanse, powerful light bomb, and that light bomb looks like it's going to be going on to Genji. Icy, locking that in here for Caff K. Excuse me, chat. Robot Wizard is going to go for Brightwing on the double support here. Stukov Brightwing picked up. See what the last pick is going to be here for Call Me. If they're going to go tankless with the Stukov, or if they're going to add possibly another damage dealer here. It is going to be a tank. Diablo picked up by Call Me. The teams are generally situated in North America, but not really more regionally specific than that. Goodness gracious me. Got a frog in my throat tonight. Osmanthus on the last pick, looking for a tank here for Caffeinated Knights, and it's going to be ETC. Not one that we see an awful lot here, but with the Blaze on that front line and the threat of an Anduin Light Bomb on the slide through, can definitely do some damage, though that could be a kill target here for the side of Team Draft Gap. Very interesting to see. Osmanthus special, really. But when you're comfortable, you're comfortable. What can you say? All right, let's do it. Game number 1 on the left in the blue, we have Caffeinated Knights. Osmanthus is on ETC, Icy's on Genji, Grey Color is on Sylvanas, Arc is on the Blaze, and Love Dart is on Anduin.
10 seconds.
On the right in the red, we have Team Draft Gap. Siren is on the Leoric, Call Me on Diablo, Hashmer is playing Vala, Hushera on the Stukov, and Robot Wizard is playing Brightwing. Here we go. Game number 1 is underway. We're looking at the auto attack quest here for Vala. Pretty standard for a double support setup. No other quest talents to be found. Just the Diablo soul stacking quest on level 0 there. Looks like Team Draft Gap headed straight on down to the bottom lane. Call Me's going to watch that rotation. Gets out of the bush early here. Osmanthus is going to see that slide. See if there's a body block to follow it up with. There's a reposition. Can Call Me get away? No. Icy is on the chase. And that is a Swift Strike reset. First Blood goes over to Caffeinated Knights. Oh, the donate button is not the same as the Matcherino. The donate was for the last charity tournament that we did. I'm pretty sure that's not active anymore. Looks like we got a possible gank here in the mid. Robot Wizard just trying to soak from afar. Osmanthus looking for the slide, not going to get it. Robot Wizard trying to move away. Does move on out of there. Good game sense coming on out from Brightwing. Looks like Caffeinated Knights headed over to their Saber camp here at the 1 minute 15 mark. Get that going. Team Draft Gap doing the same here on the right. So far, Caffeinated Knights the more aggressive of the two teams. The scaling of the double support comp will definitely come into play as level 10s approach. Osmanthus is looking for Hushera here. He's going to get the slide. This almost certainly going to be a kill. Stukov goes down, but the camp does go over to Team Draft Gap. You might need to create an account, Abe. Usually I'm logged in when I donate something to Matcherino, so you might have to set up an account. It should be fairly simple to do so. Sapper's walking on forward here in the bottom lane. Will crash through that wall. Gate is down. Top tower is going to fall. Black arrows come on out from Sylvanas, and this is going to be a very early wall going over to Caffeinated Knights, really pressing that early power advantage they have into this double support setup of Team Draft Gap. Now Osmanthus is looking for a possible pick here in the mid. Siren is going to get slid. It's a lot of damage onto Leoric, and that is a nice save from Robot Wizard. Siren is going to get away there, but the gank train does continue. That will disrupt the flow of Team Draft Gap as Blaze is now pushing in the top lane as well. First altar phase spawning now, coming in about 15 seconds here. We've got a deep south altar along with this first triple altar phase. Blaze looking for the top camp right now. I'll see if Ark can get that out. Only 6 seconds until the activation. It's going to be close. But with Genji hovering in the mid, should be no trouble at all here for Caffeinated Knights to get that top trade. And in fact, Genji's not going to let Leoric get that for free. That means Team Draft Gap does have a 4v3 going on down here in the bottom lane. Robot Wizard is going to get that channel. So it'll be a trade left for bottom, and now top right is going to be still contested here by Icy. Interesting. The chase comes on through from Caffeinated Knights. They're not going to give this up immediately. Looks like Genji is coming on through to the mid, though. So 2 for 1 here for Team Draft Gap. Call me with a very nice rotation, but still going to go down. Diablo with some tricky movement, but it's hard to get away from that Genji. Osmanthus looking at Hashmer here. Without this wall in the bottom lane, it becomes a lot more difficult to move out and soak here for Team Draft Gap. Camp is up. Looks like we're going for an immediate invade here. Osmanthus and crew aren't even bothering with their own. They're going to look to see whoever comes to this camp. This gray color is going to show in lane. Osmanthus is coming on down, and now this could be 2. Hashmer is low, going to be taken down here. Robot Wizard does not have any kind of movement left. That's a double kill here for Caffeinated Knights, currently up 5-0 on the kill count, and now they're looking for bottom tower. Blaze and Leoric continue to double soak here. And what's very interesting about these kills from Caffeinated Knights is they haven't really needed Blaze at all. They've just been moving us forward while Blaze has been catching all the soak, and it shows here in the experience. A level and a half lead before level 10 is quite significant here for Caffeinated Knights, and they're going to extend that lead by getting this camp steal here on the right. Single altar phase coming on up in the bottom lane. Osmanthus going way deep here. Looking for a slide onto Hashmer. Gets the bump back instead. Can Bala get away? No. Robot Wizard couldn't get the shift in time, though the kill was very, very quick. Even if Brightwing was channeling immediately, I'm not sure it would have landed. There's the slide across the line here. Osmanthus going to be able to get away as the Sappers start to move on up. It's going to be 1-2, all 3 shots going to cross onto the core of Team Draft Gap, and we're going to get a channel here as well. Looks like Caffeinated Knight's going to go ahead on core health here as Love Dart starts the channel. While Icy and Gray Color are going to go for some more Sappers here on the bottom lane. Level 10s for Caffeinated Knights are in. We have the Wailing Arrow, Light Bomb, Dragon... what's that called? Dragon Blade here for Genji. Mosh Pit and Bunker. As they now try to defend this bottom lane. Sappers are a little bit behind here, so the defense will have to take a little bit. We'll see if Team Draft Gap can get their 10s before the Sappers threaten to cross the line again. They are close. If they can clear this, they should be able to get their 10s, but here come the Sappers. See Stukov is trying to turn them off here. 10s are online. But here they come. One cuts across the line. Osmanthus is going to get the knockback and 2 more cross. That's 6 shots via Sappers here in the early going for Caffeinated Knights, having a very, very strong early game here on Towers of Doom. The 10s are in for Team Draft Gap. Icy with the bomb is going to go in and get the stun onto 2. Grey Color moves on in. There is the counter combo coming out from Diablo, and Grey Color's forced to move away. Extra stun from Hashmers. The Dragon Blade cannot get the final hit onto Hushera. Good defense there from Team Draft Cap as Hashmer, almost got slid on. Icy goes into the pit, but can't get the reset, and Genji is going to go down. First kill here for Team Draft Cap as the altars are activating here in the bottom lane. Some great defensive ults there from Team Draft Gap. So our altars are activating here. We see Hashmer and crew coming on down. We saw that Rain of Vengeance. We saw the Apocalypse, Flailing Swipe, Blink Heal, and Entomb. As Love Dart grabs the bottom channel, Robot Wizard trying to get the top side here. Grey Color going to grab that first interrupt with the Haunting Wave as Genji makes their way back to the battlefield. Level 13s are here, so Team Draft Cap can't really get into a serious fight. They're going to have to back off and let these 5 shots go across. Now the camp is in range here for Caffeinated Knights. Team Draft Cap is just going to be forced to wait and soak. Osmanthus coming across here, looking for another slide possibility. Genji doesn't have Dragon Blade for another 20 seconds, but otherwise all ults are up and available. You see the rest of the crew ready to go in. There's the Genji Light Bomb. Can't jump across, though. Not ready to commit. That's a 60-second cooldown on that Light Bomb. Could be an opportunity for Team Draft Cap to go for a big engage here. Icy jumps in, is going to get stunned. Has the Protect to try to get on out of there. Swift Strike is used. Icy's going to have to wait for those cooldowns before going back in. Siren waiting on the edge here. This is our first big rotation from the off lane. But no fight has been called, and Leoric will head on back to that soak, try to find 13. 13 very, very close here. And there it is. Team Draft Cap is on even talent tiers. Their comp isn't particularly good at moving in on this tower and poking it down from afar. Their only damage to really do that is Vala. And Vala does not want to step up into this comp of Caffeinated Knights without a lot of support. Single altar phase is spawning. Here on the bottom side, Caffeinated Knights once again in a great position to just claim this for free. Team Draft Cap looks like they might be trying to force something here. They're going to go around through the mid and try to get themselves an even talent tier fight to get back into this game. Ashmer coming across. We're going to see Brightwing come on through early to get that support. Caffeinated Knights kind of on the wrong side of things right now as Hushera is looking for the channel. Osmanthus gets the bump back onto Call Me. Team Draft Cap is going to get the channel here. Arc was not in range for the interrupt in time. But now Blaze here on the edge is going to get interrupted by that Silence Pit. Dragon Blade Genji is all over the place here. Hushera low, Robot Wizard low, and it's a 1 swipe, 2 kills as Brightwing goes down. Call Me being chased out here. The Grey Color kill. Vala goes down on the low side as well. We see the bunker. The rest of the crew trying to chase down Siren. There is the connection. The slide to follow it up. Over the wall. And in for the kill is Grey Color. Caffeinated Knights turning that fight in their favor very rapidly. And they're looking really, really good here on Towers of Doom. How you doing, Razno? Hope you're doing well. Five structures to one here as Arc grabs that left side camp. Right side camp up as well. We can see Caffeinated Knights go for a double camp push here in the bottom lane. Leoric is up and soaking in the top side, but it is 16-14, soon to be 17 here for Caffeinated Knights. So this is going to be another tough defense here for Team Draft Cap. We'll see what they can do with 6 sappers coming across and a triple altar phase coming up. This combo could spell victory, a very quick one here for Caffeinated Knights if they can continue to dominate the way they have been. Osmanthus pushed into the pit, is going to be saved there by Anduin. Follow-up stun from Arc is good. Sappers are being slowly whittled down here. Hashmer trying to focus on them. 1 crosses. I think 3 crossed, actually, because we were at 15 core health. Now we're down to 12. So only 2 channels needed here for Caffeinated Knights. They're going to go ahead and skip the bottom one here. Osmanthus stops to channel. Leoric is going to grab top right. This is going to be bottom side, and if Caffeinated Knights gets this, this is victory. Team Draft Cap They don't go in for the fight. Well, that's only 5 shots. They took the mid tower back. Wow, a gutsy call, but they take mid tower back, and now Caffeinated Knights is going to try to end with boss. Team Draft Gap feels it out. Siren in the area. This is risky here for Caffeinated Knights. They don't have to try to win this quickly, but that's a huge light bomb onto 3. There's the mosh pit. Vala goes down. The engine of Team Draft Gap has been knocked out. There goes Brightwing as well. Double kill here. Slide from Osmanthus. BBW, Call Me, is the next to fall. Triple kill here for Team Draft Gap as Grey Color going in, looking for the kill onto Hushera. Will get it. That's going to be a 4th here. And the boss is next. Unbelievable here. Caffeinated Knights taking a very aggressive line. Icy can't get away from the pit there, but still the full ace will secure game for Caffeinated Knights. Very, very nicely played. A quick victory for Caffeinated Knights here in game number 1. GG. Very nicely played. Caffeinated Knights came out the gate strong and did not let up. An early level advantage snowballed into multiple fight victories. Team Draft Gap, they tried to find their win down there in the bottom lane. That quick fight over the bottom altar before the triple altar phase, but just didn't go in their favor. They had to try, though. They had to try. Let's get over to the post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. 16-2 on kills there for Caffeinated Knights. Top hero damage going to Grey Color on that Sylvanas, 47,000. Coming on out from the Banshee Queen. Ashmore on the Vala, top hero damage for Team Draft Gap. They built a pretty good team fight comp there, and we saw some flashes of brilliance on that bottom lane defense, but ultimately they just couldn't find the fights that they were looking for. Take a look at the talents as we update the scoreboard here. And we'll get ourselves ready for a game number 2. Alright, looks like everything is good. Cool. Alright. Alrighty. Don't have a map yet for game number 2, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a short break. And when we come on back, we'll have game number 2 here of Caffeinated Knights versus Team Draft Gap. See you soon. Alrighty, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 2 of Caffeinated Knights versus Team Draft Gap. We had a pretty decisive victory there for Caffeinated Knights in game number 1, so we'll see if Team Draft Gap can bring the magic here in game number 2. And let's go to map select. See that we are going to Alterac Pass. Team Draft Gap opting for map pick here and bringing us to Alterac Pass. So we'll see if they've got the magic to bring out the win here in game number 2. Teams are in the lobby. Get started here in just a moment, but as a reminder, NGS is hosting the Heroes International Tournament, which is culminating in a LAN event in Miami, Florida. It is an open invitation qualifier tournament. If you head on over to heroesinternational.net, you can learn more. You can sign your team up to be a part of this tournament starting in just 2 weeks. Head on over to heroesinternational.net to learn more. Let's get into this draft. It's game number 2 here. Caffeinated Knights will be first pick here on Alterac Pass. See if they've got anything spicy for us here in this game number 2. Boss control is going to be important. Objective delay, very important. You know who's good at both of those things? Good old Deathwing. See if there's any Deathwing priority here from our 2 teams. Falstad, another one that we tend to see. Anubarak has some particular power in soloing the objective. We'll see what these 2 teams have in mind. As Urel, once again, top ban here for Caffeinated Knights. Dahaka removed by Team Draft Gap. So really, I thought it was a more map-specific thing, these bans, but I guess they're more player-specific. Taking out some of these offlaners. Even more interesting, Junkrat went completely untouched last series. Medivh now banned out by Caffeinated Knights, so that would imply that Team Draft Gap could threaten a Medivh draft as well. We've got 2 Medivh play-in teams here in this Storm Division matchup. How cool is that? Now we just need some TLV play-in teams. Wouldn't that be nice? We'll see what the second ban is here for Team Draft Gap. It's going to be Hogger. Hogger is an immensely powerful hero here. I've seen Hogger clear a camp faster than 3 opposing enemy heroes on Alterac Pass. It's truly insane. Grey color going to lock that Sylvanas once again here. Played very well game number 1. Not too surprised to see it make a return here in game number 2. Falstad is going to be picked up here by Robot Wizard, and Siren opting for that Deckard that got banned away in game number 1. Definitely some good area control with those 2 picks. Team Draft Gap's going to be hard to contest on these bosses. There's that Anubarak. Osmanthus opting for that backdoor objective power that Anubarak has with those beetles. And Arc is going to bring on the Blaze. If it ain't broke, don't fix it here for Caffeinated Knights, bringing back 2 heroes they played in game number 1. Team Draft Gap considering their ban here. Healer and Flex left to be picked by Caffeinated Knights, and Stukov will be removed as one of those options. Falstad Deckard on the table here. We'll see if there's a particular Flex pick wants to be banned. Just going to be a Greymane ban. Greymane, one of the best sieging assassins that we have, and Alterac Pass is the siege map. So just a solid generalist ban there by Caffeinated Knights. Team Draft Gap coming on through with their next 2 picks. We'll see if they want to continue their move towards boss control. A little bit of a switch up there. We see Johanna Zul'jin here for Call Me and Hashmer. Zul'jin, not one that I honestly expected here for Alterac Pass. There's not a lot. I mean, there are fight opportunities, but there's also a lot of reasons for the team to be split apart. There's not a lot of double soaking. Usually someone's on that back camp as it's on a 90-second timer. So it could be Team Draft Gap is hoping to get longer fights on these prison camps. We're going to see Lucio Zagara here picked up by Caffeinated Knights. Zagara definitely more of a map control, split pusher type hero. Lucio, the ultimate cleanser here. Going to be trying to get people out of all the Deckard and Johanna control. Not exactly power picks when it comes to boss control, though, here. That could be an edge for Team Draft Gap, as we see Chrisinator's going to bring the Diablo, so a little bit of a double tank setup, Johanna off-lane style, as we see Call Me. Looks like Chrisinator's going to be moving over to the Johanna, and Call Me's on the Diablo. Siren on the Deckard. Okay. So getting back to their more familiar roles here, now that they've got their standard squad. All right. Interesting comps indeed. Let's do it. Game number 2 on the left in the blue, we have Caffeinated Knights. Love Dart is on Lucio, Osmanthus on the Anubarak, Arc on Blaze, Grey Color is on the Sylvanas. And we've got Just In Case coming in for game number 2 on Zagara. On the right in the red, we have Team Draft Gap, Siren on the Deckard, Robot Wizard is playing Falstad, Chrisinator here for game number 2 on that Johanna, Call Me's on Diablo, and Hashmer is playing the Zul'jin. Here we go. Hammerang stack's going to be the choice here for Robot Wizard on that Falstad. Going to be stacking up those Qs, getting big burst damage here in the late game. A quick 5 stacks there. No other quests to be found other than that baseline Zul'jin quest. And of course souls for Diablo. Cigar going to start off in the top lane here, spreading that creep. Hashmer stepping forward, trying to get a couple of autos out. Nice job by Love Dart avoiding the Scroll of Sealing there from Siren. Blaze and Falstad going to be battling it out in the bottom lane here, though I imagine we're going to see... We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be Blaze that goes to that back camp, or if it's going to be like a Sylvanas Lucio that's dealing with that. But right now, we've got Team Draft Gap coming on through for just in case. Sagara juking the wrong way is going to be slowed, flipped, and ultimately taken down here. Very nice rotation there from Team Draft Gap for first blood. It is going to be Sylvanas Lucio on the back camp here for Caffeinated Knights. The kill does mean that Team Draft Gap is a little bit behind here, but Deckard and Zul'jin going to be working on that. A little unfortunate for Team Draft Gap that Zul'jin is the primary camp taker, as Zul'jin wants to be out there auto-attacking heroes, but it's it's not a big deal. I imagine we'll see Falstad a little bit more prone to be going to that camp as the game goes on. Diablo continuing to lane well against Blaze here. Osmanthus and Chrysinator just trying to grab that XP as much as possible. Love Dart coming across is going to put a little damage onto Robot Wizard just in case steps up with the autos. Barely not enough there. Osmanthus stepping forward there into range of Hashmer. Giving a couple autos, but not too much there. As the camps meet in the mid. Nice pushback there from Love Dart as we see the double stun trying to come on out, but the unstoppable Iron Skin denies the Impale stun. Just in case, getting a little bit of damage on that wall before heading on out again. Chrysinator taking a little bit of extra damage here. Is low due to not having that Iron Skin. Grey Color going to have to move away from Hashmer. Currently sitting on 2 stacks on that level 1 quest. Prison camps are coming up here. But the real objective, the back null camps, are coming up soon as well, so we'll see what the priority looks like for these teams. Ark and Robot Wizard. Looked like Osmanthus was thinking about heading on up there, but then headed back to the mid lane. Looks like Sylvanas is going to be on time here to start this up. Love Dart coming on through as well. Nubrak trying for a quick cap here, but Siren not going to allow that. Hashmer once again going to be the one dealing with this null camp. Siren just going to leave some potions there for Zul'jin to use as necessary. Just in case, going to be ganked by 2 tanks, and that is Zagara's second death here. Team Draft Gap picking up another one. That's one reason why Zagara is a little bit more niche, even as a pseudo offlaner like we see here. Very, very gankable. Basically has no way to escape outside of being slightly faster on creep, and as you saw there, didn't really matter. Camps in the mid have been taken. They're going to be clashing once again here. No real thought from either team towards these camps. Though I'm sure Osmanthus is looking for any kind of opportunity to go over there and try to get some time on the board here. But no real time as of now, as the mid camp does have to be cleared away. Blaze trying to deal with Falstad in the top lane. Sylvanas dealing with Johanna in the bottom lane. Oh, Nubrak's going to try it here. Going to spawn a couple beetles. The beetle has left, though. Does get the channel anyway. We see Legion of Beetles has been picked up on one. You saw that extra beetle come on out. So unfortunately, one of them just kind of went somewhere else. So 7 seconds have been claimed here by a Nubarak, as Ark has to head on back to base to replenish those resources. Back camp's coming up in about 15 seconds here as we see Chrysinator took a lot of damage here in the bottom lane. Calmy going to have to provide some relief there. Blaze is here and waiting. 5 seconds left on that camp. Team's just kind of chilling. hard chilling going on here between these two squads. Arc does have that adrenaline stim pack on 1 to help clear this away. Lucio's going to come on up just to help with some extra speed. Falstad thinking about a capture here on the left is going to show on this wave as we see a Nubarak and Zagara thinking about a pinch there. Both teams approaching level 10. Team draft gap is there a little bit sooner, as 10s have been claimed. Osmanthus is thinking about it, throws some beetles into the mix here. Can't quite get in range to start another channel. 10s for Team Draft Gap, we're looking at the Taz Dingo, Mighty Gust, Blessed Shield, Lightning Breath, and Stay a While and Listen. Oh, the channel was completed here by Osmanthus, who tries to get away from Call Me. A little bit of a flip there as the camp is retaken, another few seconds added for Caffeinated Knights. They've picked up heroics of their own. We see the Cocoon, High Five, not Tyrant Maw, Devouring Maw, Bunker, and Wailing Arrow. So now Zul'jin is thinking about a channel here on the left. Just in case steps on down, puts out the roaches. Call Me in some trouble here, is going to be isolated, but Robot Wizard with a nice Mighty Gust to get Call Me back. There's Cocoon coming out onto Falstad. Osmanthus wants to move in on this target. Oh, Arc finds a channel there, went right past Chrisinator, and that's going to be a kill for Caffeinated Knights. I thought Johanna had the block, but Arc somehow split right past and found that stun onto the target of Falstad. Caffeinated Knights trying to step up here in channel while Falstad is down. Team Draft Gap manages to zone on back. Fun has to stop, camps are up. Grey Color in some trouble here, is actually going to be caught in the mid. Nice job by Team Draft Gap jumping on that. And now they're going to have an opportunity to start up this objective. We'll see Osmanthus has one slight stall there. Call Me is going to finish that. And Team Draft Gap is going to start up the first objective timer for themselves. You see Blaze working on the Null Camp, going to get a lead over Team Draft Gap in that regard. So we'll see if Caffeinated Knights can jump in here. They've only got 12 seconds. And Sylvanas looks like not going to be coming to this fight. Headed on down to the bottom lane. They're going to eat an objective phase here. So Team Draft Gap is going to be behind in Null Camp captures as a result. Call Me looking at Osmanthus. Nice timing on the Burrow Charge to deny the Shadow Charge. Chrisinator in a little bit of trouble there. Love Dart. Not quite enough damage to slow down the Crusader. Bit of a confab here in the mid. So we see Zagara ready in the top lane, Blaze ready in the bottom lane on this defense. Call Me looking for Love Dart, but couldn't quite get the pin there onto the wall. Taking a little bit of damage there, but Siren with some good support is going to make sure Diablo is just fine. Johanna coming up for a possible flank here is taking the deep route. Chrisinator might be looking for lots here, looking for a possible Blessed Shield. Moves on up, gets the stun onto Osmanthus. Lightning Breath in deep here. Call Me was looking for some extra support, but did not get it. Love Dart pushing back. Diablo in some trouble. That negative 20 armor doing some work. Still, Diablo on full souls is a tanky beast. In the top lane, just in case loses the wall, but that is all. Arc will be discovered there as Call Me finds the pin. The rest of the team coming on through. Arc is going to have to pop the bunker. We'll see if that's enough time here. Arc gets away. Maybe gets away. Wow, very nice slow. Just barely getting on out, forcing out a Wailing Arrow from Grey Color, but Arc survives. Very close on that kill. Null camps are up once again here. We see Osmanthus stepping on forward just to try to get this wave moving in the right direction. Just in case, trying to lay down all of the creep possible. So we see Arc is jumping on the camp. Gotta jump on that camp. Siren gonna have Hashper come on through to help out with this right side camp. Diablo looking possibly for just in case here. Zagara feels it coming this time and gets on back. Ark goes ahead and grabs that. Grey Color working on Chrysinator down here in the bottom lane. Using that Shadow Dagger to pierce through the high health pool. Chrysinator knocked back. There's the black arrows. Johanna could be in some trouble here. Chrysinator, it pops the Iron Skin, but now big push from Robot Wizard, and now Caffeinated Knights are in trouble. 4-on-3 for Team Draft Gap. Love Dart gets away just barely. Nice cocoon from Osmanthus, but oh, Lucio goes down for the deep flank. Boss was tagged there, I believe by Call Me, or possibly Lucio themselves. And it looks like first boss is going to go over to Team Draft Gap. Johanna trying to clear away the wave. 3 overkill has been called here by Love Dart. See Caffeinated Knights trying to finish off the mid, but they're taking a little bit of time. Team Draft Gap is on the way, just in case manages to mount up. Grey Color mounts up as well and will be out. The objective is up and moving. We have a boss in the bottom lane pushing here for Team Draft Gap, as they're currently even on talent tiers. We're 16-16 now. Not a whole lot of general team fighting between these teams. It's been skirmishes. A lot of skirmishes, a lot of ganks so far. Right now we see top boss was being checked there by Team Draft Gap, but Caffeinated Knights was not on that objective. Boss will be taken down here at the wall. Team Draft Gap might be thinking about a boss here on the top lane. They do have Gust up and available. They've got all of their ults. Caffeinated Knights don't really have a good way to contest this. So it looks like they're just going to take their Knoll camp and try to grab the objective here on the right. Chrysinator does have that double blind, so is going to be able to interrupt this for a couple of moments. But only twice. Still, Team Draft Gap grabs a second boss here for the top lane. We'll see if Caffeinated Knights can hold out here for 30 seconds. Because they either have to hold out for these 30 seconds or they have to back and deal with that boss. The boss is already working on taking down that fort. It's going to have a wave support here in a minute. Team Draft Gap is putting Caffeinated Knights in a really tough position. Chrysinator goes in and gathers them all up. Big Unstoppable, though, as the Blaze Bunker comes on out. Sleep is good onto 3s, just in case, in big trouble there. And that is Falstad, actually, first to fall. There's a lot of low health bars here. Love Dart is looking for Siren, but will not get it. Grey Color being chased out by Chrysinator. Johanna secures that kill. Deckard to fall as well, so a 2-for-1 here for Caffeinated Knights. Could be 3-for-1. Oh, wow, the roar damage. But it's not enough. Johanna goes down. 3-for-1 here for Caffeinated Knights. Boss is pushing the top lane here. There's a big wave to support it. Someone's going to have to deal with that soon, or else the wall was going to go down. Boss goes down after taking out most of that wall. Caffeinated Knights going to grab their first objective of the game here at level 18. Grabbing this bottom fort, evening out the fort count. But now they've got their objective on the way. We'll see what they can do here into these keep walls. Ark stepping up, just putting a little bit of damage out before stepping on back. Possibly hiding. Shh, no one knows you're there. No one knows, unless Robot Wizard knows. They might know. Does Ark come out? We check. Ark comes on out. Is going to show. Rest of Caffeinated Knights here in the mid, but it's just going to watch their rider be taken on down, and now, uh-oh. Ark is going to regret coming out of that bush. The team is on the way here. There's the route. The bunker is going to have to be forced out here. The rest of Caffeinated Knights say, you're on your own, buddy. Love Dart is going to try the high 5. Gets the speed boost. Robot Wizard is on the chase. The pushback is not going to hit. And Blaze goes down. Top fort to fall here for Caffeinated Knights as they're trying to push in their last rider. The Team Draft Gap, they saw Blaze and they went immediately down to the bottom lane to grab that kill. Call Me is looking for a flank here, but Grey Color gets the warp on out. Falstad flying in, looking for a possible gust. Is knocked back and cocooned, though. great interrupt there as Falstad was absolutely looking to push 2 into the wall, but did not get it. Top keep taking a little bit of damage there. Taking a little bit of a lot of damage there, actually, as the push continues here for Team Draft Gap. They've got the kill onto Blaze. There's the Maw onto 2. Lightning Breath from Diablo to deny any follow-up engage. Love Dart moves on forward, trying to apply that healing debuff. Top keep, very much damaged there, but still standing. Osmanthus was looking for Robot Wizard, but that extended barrel roll enough to get Falstad on back. Bottom boss is up in 15 seconds here. Could be another opportunity for Team Draft Gap to force out some map pressure. Heavy rotation from Caffeinated Knights. They're looking for Chrisinator. Johanna is mounted up. Osmanthus is looking for the dismount. Does get it. Nice unstoppable, though. Johanna is just going to move back to safety. Mid camps have been taken by both teams. We see Call Me on the edge. Looking for something, but a nice carpet of vision there provided by Zagara. It looks like Team Draft Gap is just going to go ahead and force a boss here from the looks of things, but we'll see if they stick around. Caffeinated Knights have shown in the mid. They're going to try to get their camp forward onto this. Robot Wizard and Hashmer are backing. They're not going to allow an easy push into this keep. Top boss is up in 30 seconds. Johanna is trying to be separated here, but it could be just a bait. Osmanthus doesn't fall for it and moves on back. Prison camps are coming up. Both teams past the level 20 mark. Grey Color having to deal with the bottom lane here as the catapult minion can definitely do some work. Team Draft Gap. Looks like we're going for a boss trade. Not what I expected. I was expecting Team Draft Gap to really force it around these bosses. But they are closer to the next prison camp here. If Chrisinator can get these down on this boss trade, they'll be able to get the timer rolling here. See if Caffeinated Knights is going to move towards the objective. They are. Chrisinator having some tough time with these minions. Might not get any channel time at all. Because now Caffeinated Knights is coming on up. Team Draft Gap headed on back to get set up for the defense here. Caffeinated Knights see that there's no fight to be had on this objective. There's no minion support for the boss in the top lane here, but there's also not much of a wall left. Looks like they're banking on the keep to be able to defend itself. Stun comes out onto Diablo. Chrisinator getting the interrupt onto Just In Case. There's the Cocoon coming out onto Siren. A lot of damage comes out onto Decker. Decker trying to walk it on back. That's so much damage, though. Decker Kane goes down. Cocoon. There's the Maw coming out onto Falstad. Caffeinated Knights moving on back. Nice stun. Robot Wizard, though, gets away and gets the Gust. Hashmer low pops the Unkillable. It is healing on up. Blaze goes down. Chrisinator so low in the back. Osmanthus wants these kills. There's the Blinded by the Light as Grey Color wants to mop him up if possible. The keep is turned off here. Oh my gosh, it's 2 kills to 1. Grey Color in big trouble, manages to move away. Osmanthus stuns 2. Top lane boss is on the core. It got all the way through that keep. There's a minion wave right behind it as mid keep goes down here on the right. Boss does finally fall on that top side. And Just In Case is going to grab this channel here for Caffeinated Knights. We've got a serious wave built up in the top lane, though. It's not a huge concern because the core is very, very good at defending itself and it heals up. So we're going to see Sylvanas just kind of get this on the way before joining the team once again. Though Deckard is up now and Falstad can fly in, so Sylvanas is going to have to get on her horse. Call Me going in for a big engage. Won't get the flip, though, as Love Dart gets the pushback. And 27 seconds are left on this channel for Caffeinated Knights. Still a good 2.5 minutes on these bosses. Camps are being taken by both teams. One thing to note here, Hashmer currently only on 15 of 30 stacks on that U1 axe, so has the extra range. but does not have the double revolving axes and is a little light on the scaling here in this late game. Caffeinated Knights looking for an engage. Call Me moves in on to Osmanthus. Hashmer on the low side. Arc is looking for a stun. Does not hit. There's the gust away. Hashmer pops the unkillable, and Grey Color is caught on the low side. Stay a while and listen lands onto one, and that is Blaze to fall. Team Draft Gap catches the kill that they are looking for here. Caffeinated Knights is forced to retreat. Unfortunate that the stun did not land there. Arc barely missing. And now Team Draft Gap has a chance here to fight back on this map. Osmanthus not going to be able to get in range to interrupt that, and the timer has been started. Blaze will be up with about 7 seconds left on this timer. That's not really enough time here for Caffeinated Knights. Still over a minute on the bottom boss as well, as we see Love Dart has been caught on the edge, slowed there by Deckard, has the boost. Grey Color can't activate the wave, and Sylvanas goes down. That's a very, very timely kill here for Team Draft Gap. The minions have stopped the channel for now, but with that stagger here, Team Draft Gap has all of the time that they need to pick up this objective. Mid fort to fall here. Team Draft Gap continue their channel. Falstad is holding down the objective. Sylvanas will be back for the majority of the defense, but this is going to be a tough defense. They've got 2 keeps left. Top lane is pretty well pushed in, as now the riders have been freed. Falstad just going to get that mana back and get ready for the push. Is this bronze? It's a tired joke, my guy. That's a tired joke. Riders are coming on through. See what they can do. Team Draft Gap is definitely threatening to end here. They're looking for any kind of pick that they can get. Mid keep wall is starting to go down. Bottom rider is moving on to the keep wall as well. This is going to be a very interesting position here for Caffeinated Knights. They've got to watch out for those pins. Arc not going in front of the fort here. Playing carefully as mid is cleared away for now, but Team Draft Gap might try to step up and finish this off anyway. Mid keep does go down. Bottom keep, oh, looks like it's going to be saved, as top rider is going to have to be cleared away here by Caffeinated Knights. The Team Draft Gap is just going to come on down here and finish off this last structure. Chrysinator not going to get stunned there, but is going to get hit by the cocoon. Caffeinated Knights want to force this fight. There is the Hellfire coming on out from Diablo. Caffeinated Knights not able to chase there. Mounts are coming on out. Love Dart is trying to get in range for some auto attack. Robot Wizard with no mount. It's going to be the one there. Chrysinator waiting on the flank here. Has a Blessed Shield, but is going to be pushed out of it. Calmly going for the engage, but everyone's unstoppable. Chrysinator wants a stun here, but will not find it. Gets the stun onto 2. Arc wants something here. Osmanthus going into the back, finds the hit onto Robot Wizard. Unstoppable from Johanna. Chrysinator could be in trouble. Impale lands, and that is going to be Johanna to fall. Caffeinated Knights now with the opportunity. They found the pick, and now they're thinking about the bottom boss. Falstad's still up, but does not have the gust available. Burned it trying to get that save. Team Draft Gap might go in on this anyway. They're down a lot of ults, though. They still have the stay a while and listen, and they're going to try it. They're going to try the 4v5. Stay a while and listen on it, too. Anubarak is down. Arc is trying to hold the point here. There is the Maw, and the Maw does secure the boss, but so many low health bars. That's going to be Zagara traded out for Falstad. 2 for 2 so far, and the boss is in favor of Caffeinated Knights. Call Me. Looking for a stun there, but this is big trouble. The negative 50 healing. Grey Color's on the chase. They're looking for Diablo. Call Me is going to go down. That is a soul reset. Now Siren in trouble. Deckard Cain to fall.
Listen and
Extra kills here for Caffeinated Knights, but do they have enough to end? Blaze, Lucio, and Sylvanas. Hashmer is caught here. Grey Color cannot be contained. On almost no mana, warps in and gets the kill, and now bottom keep goes down. Love Dart and Grey Color are so low on resources, they can't really push in here, and the boss is just going to smite itself upon the core. Caffeinated Knights, they've got to deal with a core defense of their own. The core is going to move on back and heal up. But it looks like this is going to be a long one here. Only one structure stands. The structure that almost went down like the earliest in this game is the only one still standing. Top boss is going to be the call here. Caffeinated Knights still have 10 seconds on Zul'jin. Blaze is working on the back Knoll camp. A little bit of a greedy play, but Team Draft Gap definitely was not on the way to this boss. So it looks like that's going to be the play here for Caffeinated Knights. No contest here from Team Draft Gap. Team Draft Gap just trying to clear out these lanes as much as possible. Caffeinated Knights moving towards the last keep remaining in this game. Caffeinated Knights are all together here, but Grey Color is thinking about backing. Love Dart, they're all just making sure that there's not a backdoor core call. Zagara has backed. Zagara is not here for Caffeinated Knights, and Team Draft Gap reveals they are all here for this defense. Top keep does go down. Zagara is going to be on the way. Zagara is trying to deal with the mid-pressure. Stun comes out onto Chrysinator, but there is the Iron Skin. Boss is now on the core. There's no armor left. There's Zul'jin put into the cocoon. Hellfire comes out from Diablo to try to create some space here. Core is taking damage. Core's been baited out here. Stay a while and listen is going to catch one. There is the Wailing Arrow into the back on everybody, though. Core is down to half. Can Caffeinated Knights finish this off? Grey Color commits. 6,000 health. There's the Mighty Gust. 2,000 health on the core. Osmanthus tries to move in. Team Draft Gap will not get the defense. Caffeinated Knights go up 2-0 in this best of 5. GG. Valiant effort there from Team Draft Gap. They almost pushed for victory with their last objective. Caffeinated Knights managing to keep up the fight, find the pick they were looking for, and slowly build their win advantage. That late in the game, we were nearly 28 minutes in. That boss was a serious beast. Let's get on over to post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. Very close on the kills. 12-11 for Team Draft Gap there in the end. Taking a look at the hero damage, just in case on the Zagara. Top siege, top hero damage, getting over 100,000 there on the Broodmother. Hashmer on the Zul'jin had some trouble stacking there, but still very good damage, 66,000 coming on out for Hashmer on Team Draft Gap there. That was a very close game, very, very close indeed. Let's take a look at the talents here as we update the scoreboard and get ourselves ready for a game number 3. Alrighty. Check your posture, get that water in. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Alrighty. Exciting series so far. As we wait on our next lobby, we're going to go to another short break. When we come on back, it's going to be game number 3 of Caffeinated Knights versus Team Draft Gap. Don't forget, exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat if you want to check out that prize pool. See you soon. Alright, welcome back. We are setting up here for game number 3. The Storm Division matchup between Caffeinated Knights and Team Draft Gap. Caffeinated Knights currently up 2-0 in this series. First game looking very, very dominant. Second game was super, super close. They're on Alterac Pass, so I'm excited to see what game number 3 has for us. Lobby is starting to fill up here, getting close to game time. So you know what we got to do. You know what we got to do? It's important. I know you've seen it a couple times before, but we've got new people here in the stream. They've got to know. We've got to push this. Heroes International. 2 weeks from now, NGS is hosting the North American Qualifier #1. This is an online qualifiers open sign-up tournament that is culminating in an offline LAN finals in Miami, Florida. Head on over to heroesinternational.net to learn all about it and to sign up for our first qualifier. Come on out. It's going to be an awesome time. Let's go to map select. We are going to be going to Infernal Shrines here for game number 3. Team Draft Gap once again opting for the map pick. Going to see if they can get their first win of the series on, traditionally and actually, the most popular map here in NGS. There's a lot of, discussion over what people's favorite map is, what they like the best, but ultimately it comes down to which map do you actually choose when it comes down to a series. And time again, it's Infernal Shrines. It's just a great map. It's an all-rounder. You can play a whole suite of different comps here on Infernal Shrines. You're not really forced into anything. So it's cool from a draft perspective because you can win in so many different ways, and you can alter your draft to alter your win condition. You'd love to see it. Teams are just getting all set here in the lobby. We'll come back to me. That's why Bandit is best. Bandit is definitely there on camera all the time. Bandit is a very good stream boy. How you doing, Hostile? I know, Prosman Pat. I know. I'll be working from home. I work from home twice a week. And my cat will be there literally all day. All day, right there. And then I go to start the stream. He's like, forget you. I'm going somewhere else. Band's gonna look pretty familiar here. I imagine we'll see the Dahaka band to follow it up. Icy has come back in here for just in case on the side of Caffeinated Knights. Turning to that Game 1 player composition. And there's that Dahaka band from Team Draft Gap. We'll see if there's any switch in the band priority here on Infernal Shrines. One thing to note, once again last game, Junkrat completely unpicked. Completely unprioritized by these teams. Deckard the ban again here for Caffeinated Knights. Siren playing a very scary Deckard there. Anytime they wanted to engage, Deckard was just locking it down. And they don't want to deal with that, so I understand the Deckard ban there. And there goes the Medivh. Medivh banned again for a third series here. Ark gonna go ahead and lock in that Hogger, so gonna not take the Sylvanas, gonna not take the Blaze, instead opting for the Knoll leader. Hogger strong on Infernal Shrines, though I would argue that basically the entire Bruiser roster is strong on Infernal Shrines. Not quite the same unique strength as on Alterac Pass, but still very good. Team Draft Gap running it back here with the Stukov Vala. We'll see if they want to run that double support once again. Didn't work out as well on Towers of Doom. But oh goodness, excuse me. But in Infernal Shrines, there's a lot more incentive to group up and get into those fights. So the double support can be a little bit more effective here, if that is indeed what Team Draft Gap is going to go for. Johanna here for Osmanthus and an early Genji for Icy. Can definitely do some work into Stukov Vala here, and we are going to see that Anduin ban from Team Draft Gap. I think that was, pick your poison. I think if they go Anduin there, Genji is definitely banned. As we see Uther banned again here by Caffeinated Knights. So we'll see what kind of support Caffeinated Knights wants to put with this Genji. But first, Team Draft Cap. No access to Uther here. Is going to try out the Zarya this time, so it'll be a Zarya, Stukov, Vala triad. And Call Me goes for the Blaze. A little bit more of a standard double support here for Vala here in game number 3. Caffeinated Knights, I want to see... if they hadn't already picked Genji, I'd say they have room for a Mephisto. But I think Mephisto Genji is a little bit crazy. Grey Color is just going to go ahead and grab that Sylvanas, and Love Dart going for the Malfurion here. With the, I mean, there is an amount of burst damage here so far from Team Draft Gap, but not a ton. Like, there's not that double assassin burst. So I think Caffeinated Knights is banking on that to try to just have everyone at full health all the time with Malfurion. It's also a little bit of a better healer for Genji. But not something that we see an awful lot. Robot Wizard is actually going to go for the Greymane here. So it does end up being double assassin with the burst. So Team Draft Gap, I think, baited that weaker healer out of Caffeinated Knights. And all of a sudden, turning this draft around. Interesting. Okay. That was a very cool draft pivot there from Team Draft Gap. What can I say? Living up to their name. Let's do it. Game number 3 on the left and the blue, it's Caffeinated Knights. Arc is on the Hogger, Icy on Genji, Osmanthus on the Johanna, Love Dart on Malfurion, and Grey Color on the Sylvanas. On the right and the red, Team Draft Gap, Robot Wizard is on the Greymane, Call Me on Blaze, Hashmer's on the Zarya, Siren playing the Stukov, and Chrysinator is on the Vala. Let's do it. Game number 3. Caffeinated Knights looking for a quick 3-0 here. Team Draft Gap trying out some double support, double assassin here to see what they can do. Robot Wizard moving in onto Arc there. Hogger down to half, but still has the Unstoppable to move away. All of a sudden, Genji a little bit less comfortable now that there's 2 assassins in that backline. Rotations have begun here. Sylvanas able to get away as we see Team Draft Gap looking for a quick pick onto Grey Color. Has the warp out. Goes down to about a little bit more than half there as Hashmer was locked in with those particle grenades. Got to get my caster voice back. Already feeling the strain after 3 games here. Bottom camp going to be worked on here by Caffeinated Knights. Hashmer sees it coming. This should favor Team Draft Gap if they can get here in time. Hashmer looking to step up. Osmanthus pulls in Vala. Zarya's on the point here. Robot Wizard is working on Osmanthus. Nice job by Siren putting down that silence. That's a lot of damage coming on out. Malfurion to fall. Icy manages to get away there. Team Draft Gap gets the camp steal and gets the first kill. I think Caffeinated Knights were trying to pull a sneaky one, because they were definitely not favored in that engage. Chrysinator going to go ahead and force back Osmanthus here in the bottom lane. This right side camp going to be cleaned up here by Team Draft Gap. See if Caffeinated Knights is left alone to do their left camp, but it looks like no. Team Draft Gap going to not let anything go for free here. Looking for a fight. Call Me didn't quite get the stun there. Oh, Vala actually goes down in the bottom lane. I was focused on the one gank, and we had another one. Caffeinated Knights picking up their first kill of the game. Augur waiting and ready to go on this Shaman camp, wanting to time that out, get it going for the 3-minute mark. Team Draft Gap doing the same here on the top right. As we see Caffeinated Knights. Oh, they're coming across. Hashmer sees it, though. Osmanthus is going to move on to the point here and go for this steal. Caffeinated Knights. They didn't get one camp, but they're going to try to get this next one. Robot Wizard steps up. Siren has the silence, and now Caffeinated Knights are going to be forced to retreat here. Unfortunate. Osmanthus trying to move away. Nice route. Hashmer chasing on through. The grenades are not going to be enough for the kill. Siren looking to step up here. Finds the slow onto Icy. Osmanthus manages to get away. 0.0 has been called. Order Shrine is activated here. Team Draft Gap jumping on to this point. Arc is trying to get the 4 bounce. Gets that rolling here. Christinator taking a lot of damage. Icy's in the back, and that is Vala going down. Gray Color Low is able to move away here. Caffeinated Knight steps up with a very important kill. See how much they can do on this point. Blaze pushing the top lane there with that Shaman camp. See if anyone can deal with that. Hogger busy on the point. Trying to get these last hits. Sylvanas on the way to deal with the top lane. Team Draft Gap now back at full strength. 33 minions have been claimed here. Only a couple more needed. Hogger gonna have to stop this spin in a moment. 39 minions, there we go. Caffeinated Knights is gonna grab this first objective. Osmanthus grabbing those orbs as well. Icy working on Robot Wizard here. This top is dealt with. Caffeinated Knights has weathered the storm. And we'll see what they can do down here in the bottom lane. Osmanthus coming in for the big flank here is going to gather up Hashmer. Icy jumping on in there. Gray Color as well. Zarya gets on the other side of the gate here. Hashmer moves to safety. Icy jumping on back. As Caffeinated Knights moves away, Osmanthus going to gather up Christinator, but has to watch out for that cannon fire. Solid defense there from Team Draft Gap. Christinator steps up, gets the dismount onto Gray Color. But not much else. Blaze coming on down to deal with that in mid lane. Has to watch out as everyone from Caffeinated Knights was dealing with that. Bottom camp goes to TDG. Ashmer stepping on up there. Caffeinated Knights want nothing to do with that. They're just going to move on down and try to get this soak and clear this camp. Bottom cleared away. Team Draft Gap going to grab their right side Khazra. Caffeinated Knights going to try to blitz through this quickly as they can. It's like a gank in the mid. Hogger managing to spin to safety. Christinator stepping on up there. The burst damage is real. Hogger goes down. Nice kill by Team Draft Gap. Level 10s have come on through. Team Draft Gap. We've got the Graviton Surge for Zarya. Rain of Vengeance. Flailing Swipe. Can be picked up by Stukov. Blaze goes for the bunker, and Greymane gets the Cursed Bullet. So a lot of extra burst available to really try to take advantage of this Malfurion healer and Love Dart. Caffeinated Knights waiting on 10s of their own here as they try to soak out and get ready for the next Frozen Shrine in the top lane. Arc trying to step up, get the clear here, and that's 10s for Caffeinated Knights. We're looking at the Tranquility, Dragon Blade here for Genji, Wailing Arrow for Sylvanas, Mortapult for Hogger. Not going for the Shockwave, instead going for the mobility there. And Falling Sword here for Johanna, and Falling Sword is in the air here. They're looking for Christinator. Icy's in the back with the Dragon Blade, and that is Vala going down. A surgical move there from Caffeinated Knights, finding exactly the kill they were looking for. Gray Color coming in on the flank here is looking for Hashmer, turns off the fort. Now they find Greymane. Robot Wizard to fall. Sylvanas actually going down here as Siren taking them on a merry chase. Hashmer gets away from the Malfurion entangling roots. But a 2-for-1 there for Caffeinated Knights, and they're going to pick themselves up a fort in the process. I should really learn more Genji talents. I don't think you went for the one where you get extra damage. We saw that a little bit in CCL, and we do see that from some Genjis that are doing a lot more map control, where you get the 3 hits on the shuriken, you get extra damage, which you get basically all the time into structures. But I think that's an early talent. Unless it's this one, Shuriken Mastery. No, that's not. That's not it. I don't know enough about Genji talents. Frozen Shine is ready. Very even on experience here, as Osmanthus is going to gather up Hashmer for the moment. Augur going for a diamond bounce here. Not one that we see a lot, a very precise bounce from Arc. Osmanthus gathers them up here. Icy just going to go ahead and get away from trouble. Wow, look at that. That is a particularly hard bounce. Oh, it's on 13. Okay, thank you, Legacy. We'll see if that is picked up by Icy here. Augur continuing to bounce here. This Hashmer taking some damage there from Augur. Augur finally halts the spin there, as a lot of these minions are just hanging out on the top. Let's see if it is the Shingan. It is Shingan. We got there! I know something about Genji. I was about 15% right in my analysis. Arc sitting, trying to line up the shot here as we have Falling Sword into the back. Dragonblade comes out as well. That is Greymane to go down. Siren falls as well. Stukov is gone. Bonker comes out to try to save the remaining three. Call Me somehow gets through everybody. Osmanthus gathering up Christinator here on the side is going to be shielded by Hashmer. Stun comes out as Icy wants the resets to 1. That's 2. Hashmer goes down, and that is 3. Icy finds the triple kill and completes the ace here for Caffeinated Knights. Top fort. Gonna go down to this minion wave. Augur dealing with the mid here. Icy putting on a clinic on Genji today. Last remaining fort to fall here. 2-level advantage for Caffeinated Knights, now up 10-3 on these kills. Team Draft Gap is now back at full strength. They're going to have to deal with a lot of this map pressure. Augur finally going to break away here, try to get these minions down. Vaughn is put out there. Zarya not able to move forward, and the camp is taken here by Caffeinated Knights. Augur does the bounce again, gets knocked off course though, and finally finds some minions there on the top side. Team Draft Gap gonna try to grab this bottom camp to get a little bit of pressure going. Osmanthus just trying to get a little bit of lane clear. Icy goes into the back here to try to harass Sirens. Dukov taken down to half. Ooh, very nice swift strike to get away there. Icy still has 1 jump. Nice stun on 2 by Call Me. Osmanthus could be in some trouble here, trying to hold the falling sword. Manages to get away. Dragonblade from Icy is used. Silence Arrow comes on out. Caffeinated Knights is trying to turn this around. Dragonblade needs a couple more swipes, but gets timed out. 2 for 2 so far. Call Me trying to move away here. Gets the shield. Now Icy and Love Dart, the only ones left. Call Me managing to get away there. Oh, wow. Vala caught there. The root, the slice, and the kill. Still, Team Draft Gap getting a couple kills in the bottom lane there. All the while, though, Augur is now pushing in with this Frozen Punisher. Jump comes out onto Call Me there. Arc is going to be stunned here, but the fort, or the keep, is going to be turned off. We've got a double camp push in the mid as well, as Team Draft Gap actually kills Augur. Wow. IB was not expecting that. I saw the Hortipult up, but Hortipult was not able to be used there by Arc. Augur goes down. So that's a little bit of catch-up experience, and that'll be level 16 here for Team Draft Gap. So no keeps down off of that. Unfortunate there for Caffeinated Knights. We'll see if they can sneak away and grab that top keep at any point there. Augur down, they don't really have the chance for an invade, so they're going to have to move carefully around the map. Right now, Vala showing in the bottom lane, so Caffeinated Knights can be a little bit bold here in the mid. Moving aggressively here. Osmanthus is actually moving right up into vision here. It's on even talent here, and they don't have Augur. Caffeinated Knights going to try to catch someone unaware here in the bottom lane. Team Draft Gap kind of doing the same here on the top side. Moving together here, Zarya. Gonna move safely. Team Draft Gap realizes they don't see anybody. Except for Sylvanas here. Augur now in the mid. Hashmer manages to get away from Osmanthus there. Is now going to be gathered up, but has the self unstoppable. Hogger still in the mid with Blaze, but Team Draft Gap is coming on down. Gray color gets the double warp back to safety. Chrisinator is going to stop any mounts, but still Caffeinated Knights gets away. Ashmore going to step up here. Osmanthus not able to get the stun as the Unstoppable was used. Ashmore's kind of caught here, though. Arc is trying to hortipult onto the point here. Silence comes out, and there is the Graviton. Bunker from Blaze is in, and that is Hogger to go down. Icy trying to get the last hit here on the Robot Wizard. Gets one reset here. Ashmore trying to get away. He's going to get hit with the Falling Sword. Zarya to go down. 2 for 1 here. 2 for 2 as Sylvanas is caught in the top side here. Call Me in a tough position, though. That's going to be 3-2 here for Caffeinated Knights. Arcane Shrine in the mid should be popping fairly soon here. 3-2 on the map. As now Caffeinated Knights is thinking about moving in on that top lane. Looks like Icy gonna step up and try to use that Shingon to finish off the keep. So close. Genji almost getting that down. Osmanthus on the side is going to gather up Siren here. Can Stukov get away? There's the Falling Sword onto one. Can Siren get out? So close! Oh, the flash of light does not connect and Stukov lives. Icy moves away. Love Dart is going to be popped here. Chrisinator steps forward, wants a couple more autos, and that is Icy to go down. Team Draft Gap lose the keep, but get 2 kills while down level 20s. This is a chance for them to move up and start making a dent on this map. Unfortunate there. Caffeinated Knights went all in to get that kill, with Siren able to walk away. Now this is going to be an objective going over to Team Draft Gap. Getting some map pressure here is Caffeinated Knights. Going to grab a couple of camps here. Team Draft Gap just trying to get this done as quickly as possible, and they will do so. Osmanthus just trying to get some wave clear in the mid. Sylvanas going to get away there. Chrisinator was looking for the stun, but did not quite find it. Catapult pressure in the top lane is going to have to be addressed at some point here by Team Draft Gap, as well as the camp pressure in the bottom lane. But they're going to see how much they can get out of this push first, staying as 5 here in the mid. Punisher is jumped to the side here. Combo comes on out from Siren, but Osmanthus gets away. Punisher is low. Root onto 1, as Osmanthus tries to gather up 2. The Unstoppable bubbles are coming on out here. Ashmore low, but the Punisher prevents any further engage. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we've got a Catapult that's unfortunately stopped by the minion wave. They're looking for Chrisinator, but they don't find it. 3 in the Silence Bubble. They're stunned out, and that is a huge combo from Team Draft Gap. 2 to fall here. Icy being chased out as well. Swift Strike is good. Love Dart gets away from the stun of Blaze, but Chrisinator is on the chase. Love Dart manages to get away, but Team Draft Gap, they've got 2 kills. They might try to just go for an end here. There's pressure on the core. Oh, Stukov falls. Stukov is down. Genji gets the pick. This is huge here for Caffeinated Knights. Can they get one? And Greymane falls as well. Ashmore in trouble. It's a triple kill here for Icy and looking for more. Chrisinator to fall. Icy with the quad kill. The pressure's on the core. 3 catapults. Bottom keep is going to go down to this wave. Unbelievable from Icy. Wow. 3 catapults still working on the core here. Call Me is going to clear those away. Can Caffeinated Knights move across with 3 to try to win? They've still got the bottom lane pressure built up, and Blaze is the only one on the map. Icy steps up. Call Me on the edge is just going to clear away the minions. I don't know if they can do it. They've got a wave here on the way. They've got 10 seconds on Stukov. They've got 20 on Greymane. They're going to give it a try. Core down to 88%. Arc trying to deal with Call Me here as Icy is on the core. Here comes Siren. 62%, 60%. Hogger is just wailing away on the core here. Icy is trying not to get stunned out by Blaze. Here comes Osmanthus in gray color, and that will almost certainly be it. The falling sword comes on through, and this is going to be game number 3 and the series going over to Caffeinated Knights. GG. An amazing turnaround from Caffeinated Knights. Team Draft Gap was looking for their opportunity to string some picks into a core call, but Icy on the Genji turns it around with the quad kill, and Caffeinated Knights are going to be your champions tonight with a 3-0 victory. Let's go over to the post-match. Unbelievable stuff here from Caffeinated Knights. 20-13 on the kills. Let's take a look at the stats here. Icy on the Genji, an extremely nice 69,000 hero damage on 15 killing blows on that Genji. Caffeinated on that Vala, starting to put out that damage, really scaling at the end, and was a problem for Caffeinated Knights. 62.3 thousand hero damage there. Really, really awesome cap to this series. Take a look at the stats here as we update the scoreboard and get ready to close out tonight's broadcast. Alrighty.